Look, you can't go 162-0, or I guess in this case, going into play today, the Jays, already had 2 losses, so you can't go 160-2 on the season. It's never going to happen. They had won 4 straight going into play today, and let's just say they let up a stinker, 5-0 to the New York Mets in the Mets home opener. And let's be honest, you can talk about Kevin Gausman's start, you could talk about some of the pitching staff, right? You can talk about Mason Fluharty not being great and not getting an out in his outing. But the story of the ball game is the Jays had no runs on 4 hits. In fact, the only hits you had today were 2 singles from Vladimir Guerrero Jr., a triple from George Springer, and he also had another single. So 2 hits apiece for those guys, nothing else for the rest of the team. 4 hits, 10 strikeouts, and they walked 3 times. That's all they got today. So regardless of how good your pitching did or how bad your starting pitching did or pitching in general, when your offense is giving you a goose egg, you're not going to win any games. Now, it didn't start great for Kevin Gausman, though. A lot of 2-run shot to Pete Alonso in the very first inning, scoring Francisco Lindor, and just like that, the Jays are down 2-0 early on. But Gausman obviously settled down, doesn't have the strikeout stuff, and that is the stuff that's scary, right? We talked about it in spring training, where the strikeout numbers were a little bit higher. We're like, okay, the velo was up, so we're like, okay, maybe he's found it again. Well, today, he went 5 1/3, which is great, and he only allowed 2 hits. One of which the 2-run shot in the first inning. And it was Lindor. How did Lindor get on? He doubled. So both hits happened in that first inning. Right? And it was a 2-run shot. He settled down the rest of the way. Only those 2 hits. But the problem is he didn't get a single strikeout in the ballgame. He walked 2 guys. I get it. Strikeouts don't always matter. 5 1/3 of 3-run ball. That's solid. That's all right. However, not getting any strikeouts limits what Kevin Gausman can do. When you have 2 pitches and you're not getting your strikeouts, there's something up there. Now, he battled and he got through it and did fine. Kevin Gausman of last year, when he's not striking guys out, he's allowing bombs. We've seen him face the Minnesota Twins a bunch. We know how that goes. So he battled through, did fine. Mason Fluharty went in there, allowed 2 hits and 2 runs because in the 6th inning, it kind of all caved in. Juan Soto hits an RBI double scoring Francisco Lindor. Brendan Nimmo hits an RBI double scoring Juan Soto. And Starling Marte gets a sacrifice fly. And just like that is 5-0. And the wheels have completely fallen off this game. Jacob Barnes goes in there, cleans up a mess. Inning and 2/3, gets a strikeout. Yariel Rodriguez walks a guy but nothing more in his 1 inning of work. But that's it for the offense. There was no good. 4 hits, nothing going. And look, as much as we want to talk about Kevin Gausman, no strikeouts, and Fluharty not getting an out in his, facing 2 guys, you want to find a way to get some offense. And 0 runs on 4 hits is never going to be good enough. But the great thing about baseball is you can go out there the next day and right the ship, right? You just can. And Chris Bassitt is going out there against his former team in the New York Mets, and in his first outing of the year was marvelous. What can the Hound give us tomorrow? We'll see. Griffin Canning gets the ball for the Mets in his first start of the year. We can give you a little breakdown of that. He went 5 2/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, walked 2 and struck out 4. That was against I literally just had it in front of me. The Houston Astros in Houston. Obviously, Griffin Canning pitched with the Angels for a lot of years. First year with the Mets. We'll see how it goes tomorrow night. It's a 7:10 first pitch. I don't know what to expect. Honestly, this is what's going to show what this team truly is, right? What do you always think about when it comes to sports? The great teams find ways to bounce back. And in baseball, that is the ultimate thing. Because you play 162 games. You play almost every single day. So you had a great time. You won 4 in a row. Awesome. But then you got your teeth kicked in 1 game. You lost 5-0. You had no offense. No bueno. Well, go out there the next day and right the ship, get back into the good feels again. Don't allow that to linger and lose 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. That is the last thing you want to do in this situation. So, but before we wrap it up, I want to quickly touch on a couple things because, it's early in the year, but what are guys doing for the Blue Jays? Well, Bo Bichette had a tough day today. 0 for 4 with a couple strikeouts. His last, 2 or 3 games haven't been great. Santander's had a really slow start as a Blue Jay. Concerning a bit. Andrés Giménez, Alejandro Kirk, obviously all 0-fers today. Will Wagner, they're all 0-fers, right? And you look at guys like Ernie Clement hitting a $118, obviously part-time role, but he got the start today. and was 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Not what you want to see from a guy who had a great spring. Everyone talked about how spring training, it means nothing. It means freaking nothing. So we'll see what happens moving forward, but I'm not going to get too excited. George Springer, it's got to come down, right? Like, that's the one thing I'm like incredibly positive about, because I don't know where to go with George here. Like, look at the extra base pop. He's got a homer, 2 doubles. He had a triple today. He had 2 more hits today. Did he hit a walk? No, he was just 2 for 4. He's hitting .440 with a .517 on base percentage so far, and had an OPS going into play today of almost 1,200. Obviously, that's not going to stay the same, but he had a triple and a single today, so it's probably going to go up. Look, you're getting exactly what you want from Springer and a lot more. So that's one thing that you can look at to start this year is like a really, really high positive. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., I get it. He had 2 hits today, and I understand what we keep hearing about media-wise. Well, Vladdy this, 500. Go out there and do it, bud. It's my last thing before I wrap this up. I'm sorry. We have heard nothing but negativity from this recently. Let's be honest. I've been on the fence of, you're going to talk about this on the podcast. How you want this, you want that, they're not close, blah, blah, whatever you want to say, Vlad. How much ever you want. Go out there and prove that you're damn worth it in the games that mean something. We talked about 2021, where Vladimir Guerrero Jr. had the MVP type season, but a lot of it was in the small boy ballparks. And then they came back to Toronto, and that was that. Okay, fine. Do it the next year. Wasn't as good, but still good. The year after that, not as good. Still fine. And then last year, first half, no good. And when the team was selling at the deadline, look what happened. He played incredible second half of the year when it did not matter. And we are to start this season in one of the biggest seasons of this franchise's history because the direction is all over the place. And he's gone out there, and yes, he had 2 hits today. But going into play today with a 623 OPS, he had 2 hits today, so that is going to go up. But, and did he have a walk as well? He walked twice. He got on base 3 times. Good. But you want to start seeing some extra base pop from a guy who's going to want over $500 million, right? No one's going to pay a first baseman singles hitter $500+ mil. It's just not going to happen. So go out there and prove it, Vlad. I want you to. I want to be a Blue Jay fan and cheer for this guy for 15 years, whatever the hell it would end up being. I want to do that. But prove it when it matters. And so far this year, it's been a dud. Yes, I like that he got on base 3 times today. And yes, you have 3 doubles. Fine. But again, you got no bombs. It's not everything. We have 3 extra base hits in 8 games. And you have a sub 700 OPS. It's not good. He's got to pick it up. The Jays offense as a whole has to pick it up. And they have a chance to start that up tomorrow. All right? As they take on the Mets, like I said, in Game 2 of this 3-game set at Citi Field tomorrow night at 7:10. All right? So you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and feel the same way I do about Vlad, and also did not enjoy the game, hit that like button. Do appreciate it. The subscribe button, you guys know that's already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video. Thoughts on this game today if you want to. Let me know all your thoughts down below. Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below as well. So follow up there if you haven't done so already, and I will talk to you guys. All right. Leafs edition tomorrow night, 7 p.m. puck drop at home against the Columbus Blue Jackets. As the Leafs continue to push their way to the Atlantic Division, Tampa lost last night in regulation. The Leafs are 3 points clear of them. I'm not going to say anything because there's still lots of hockey to play, and you play Tampa and Florida one more time each. I'm not getting too excited. But tomorrow, do a job against the Jackets. You haven't done it all year. Do it tomorrow. For the Raptors, they lost again today. We'll talk about that very briefly. And for the Toronto Blue Jays, Game 2 of this 3-game set at Citi Field tomorrow night, 7:10. First pitch there. Chris Bassitt, Griffin Canning is the pitching matchup as they look to even up the series and, more importantly, get back into the win column. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And we're glad this game's over, I guess. Talk to you guys then.